Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me and chatting with Wild Eye. I am Wild Eye. I've got a very special guest today. He is a roster of Impact Wrestling, former TNA champion, former TNA Grand Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Moose, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. In bed because having a great off day. Don't have to work out or do anything, so enjoying my day.
Yeah, I've been watching your workout videos. Man,
Yeah,
they're intense.
that's how you do it. That's how you stay ready.
How much are you lifting in those things?
It depends on the day. Sometimes I go heavier, sometimes I go light, but a lot of reps. Or it just depends on the regimen for the day.
Yeah, wow. Okay, let's talk about your high school days back in Dematha Catholic High
At the
School.
Catholic high school, yeah.
What was it like playing football in high school? Was it your passion to begin with before that?
Mm, well, I wouldn't say it was a passion or just something I discovered I was good at football. Never was a big football fan. Never really even watched it as a kid. Just did it because a bunch of good friends of mine in high school did it. So it was a chance for me to hang out with them after school.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Did you get into the trainings back then too, or like the
Oh
heavy?
no, I wasn't really a big trainer in a training regimen.
Oh, that's cool. So then you ended up going from there. You went into play for college ball. Was it big difference?
Oh, definitely. Playing against kids, to older kids, I would say. I mean, it's a lot faster. The game moves a lot quicker. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I guess. And playing, it's probably a little harder playing with people older.
yeah, playing with a lot more older guys, um, young adults, I would say.
Did they accept you right away coming from high
Oh yeah.
school into there?
It was one of those things where when you come in, if you show that you're good enough, they a lot of times accept you pretty quick.
Yeah,
And like I said, football was something that luckily I was talented in. So I got accepted fairly quicker than most of the other guys I came in with.
yeah. Were you always big though? Like,
Yeah,
oh,
I wouldn't say big. I mean, to a normal person, yes, but to some of my teammates, no.
uh, so after that, you ended up going into NFL. uh fifth round of 139 overall for the Atlanta Falcons. How was that?
Definitely was a surreal moment. Um, First of all, not one of those things when you go to college, you're not thinking that you're gonna get drafted. Because think about how many colleges out there, and how many players are for each team, and only 200 players or whatever the number is, 250 maybe it is, get drafted.
Yeah,
So out of, let's say, 1,000 seniors that's entering the draft, only 250 of them are going to get drafted. And nobody thought that I would be one of those 250 guys to get drafted. So it was definitely a surreal moment, definitely a memorable moment.
very humbling. um was it a big difference from college again, like the training and everything going in it? Was it more
Yeah,
hectic
I
for
mean,
you?
college, I mean, the NFL, you're dealing with grown men,
Yeah,
men that have kids have been playing football way longer than I've been doing it. So yeah, once again, it was another chance to prove that I belong, and I think I did good enough because I played 7 years.
yeah, I saw that played for a few different teams, New England, St. Louis. What happened with
Mhm.
St. Louis? You only lasted a month the first time. It said,
Yeah, I went there, and I got released, and I signed. Was I released or was I traded to the Colts? I might have been released, and then I signed a deal with the Colts. That was
yeah.
in 2011.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because then after that you went back to the Rams and then you were
Mhm.
waived a month later.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, let's get into your wrestling. The main reason for talking with you. Um, what was it like to be trained by Mr. Hughes of all people? I love Mr. Hughes, by the way.
It was cool. That was the first guy that trained me. But he mostly just showed me how to do moves, and um, pretty much that's all it was. It was he showed me how to hit the ropes and how to take bumps and how to do moves. But it was one of those things, and I encourage all students, guys who wants to get into wrestling, to just don't stick to getting trained by one person, because there's so much about wrestling to learn than that one person can teach you.
Yeah,
Because there might be things one person is not as good at, and he doesn't know much about something else, and you'll have to go elsewhere to get trained by another skill, you know. So I bounced around from different trainers so I could learn as much as I can.
yeah. I guess in every country or continent or whatever, it's different
Yeah.
style, like Japan, American,
Hmm.
uh, European sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
So you pretty much have to learn each style.
Right.
Going for you guys because you guys are working with AEW, which is also working with Japan. I guess you guys really need to know all those kinds of styles, right?
Right.
And luchador or the luchador style and all that. Do you like with the Impact working with AEW?
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It definitely is great for our program. It definitely helps our program out. So I hope we continue to work with them, and we'll see what the future holds.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool because it's bringing back the territories and all that as well, right?
Right.
And helping out. My biggest problem though is how they're bringing in all these big, huge names into AEW right away. Um, did you find that an issue in TNA back in the day, like when they had Hulk Hogan and all of them in there?
I can't really speak for that because I wasn't there. I can only, I mean, obviously I enjoyed it. But I mean, I'm not one of those guys that like to s- speak my opinion about things that doesn't bother me, honestly. So it's like, with AEW bringing in guys, I mean, it's great. It's like that pay per view they had was probably one of the better pay per views out there because of all the surprises they had. So
Yeah,
I hope they keep doing. Hopefully, I hope every wrestling company does that, because it's only the fans win, and that's why we do this, is to make sure the fans are happy.
yeah. Do you find it easy to listen to what the fans want and give them what they want, or
I mean, I mean, I'm not the booker, so that's not my job to do. As a wrestler, obviously, you want to tend your matches to what the fans like. So, in that aspect, yes.
but do you have much creative control over your character, or
Yeah. I
does
mean,
the booker?
I have some creative control over myself, but at the end of the day, I can only give my input on how I want to be carried. But I don't make the final decision. The boss makes the final decision on that. But like, I mean, he listens to our opinion on things.
Yeah. Well, I will say that I enjoy the heel moose, what you are now as a bully sort of thing. Well, I guess you're kind of neutral sort of thing.
Oh no, I think I'm a heel, but it's like in this era of wrestling, the fans decide who the heel and who the baby face is. There's a different era of wrestling where it's not always clear cut heel and baby face.
Well, I messed it up with Stone Cold back in the
Yeah,
day.
I would say Stone Cold. Man. I think, honestly, I think just society messed it up. Just
Yeah,
like look at MMA, like guys like Conor McGregor, who is a full on heel, but everybody loves him. So it's like we're in a different era of combat sports where people are gonna like who they like.
yeah,
It doesn't matter if they do bad stuff or do good stuff. People are gonna like who they like.
yeah. Well, the bad stuff, it's none of our business what you guys do anyways. I'd rather hear the good stuff from you guys and
I
all
mean,
that.
look at the Dark Knight. Who was more over in the Dark Knight? Was it Batman or was it Joker?
Yeah, true.
Joker was more over, and he's a bad guy. So it's like, it's just society. That's how society is at this point.
Well, did you like being a baby face the way you were with the moose thing? Did
Yeah, I
you?
mean, it's cool. I mean, I like every character I've played. Good, bad, evil, neutral. It's just a evolution of my character. So, and it's gonna keep evolving.
Well, you're really awesome because I like how your character changes it up a little bit as you go and like different looks every time, and all that. I enjoy it. I like the bulliness too. I like when you go around pushing people around because you can. You get the size and the attitude. I love it.
Thank you.
Um, what was where did the name Moose come from? Was that from football or
Yeah, it was a football. A teammate of mine gave it to me my rookie year. So,
so you just brought that into the wrestling?
yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, Global Force Wrestling. Was that when Jeff Jarrett had it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that like working for him?
Jeff Jarrett has always been a good friend of mine, and always somebody I think is a good brain in professional wrestling. So it was definitely a learning experience. And I mean, I'm glad that happened, or we wouldn't be in the position we are now.
Yeah, yeah, because he joined up with TNA and
Yeah.
combined it. Was there the big difference with him and Dixie Carter?
Uh, I can't. It's hard to answer that question because it was so long ago, and plus, I had a short stem with both Dixie and Jared.
Yeah,
So I think I've had a couple of months with each. So it's hard to say what the big difference is. I know it's definitely a difference now compared to my stint with those um two guys.
okay. What about Scott Demore?
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah. Is he actually head backstage or
Yeah,
is it
he's
just for
he's
the
in
show?
charge. Like he's the Vince McMahon of Impact.
Is he? Yeah. Yeah, he should know a lot of the business because he's been part of TNA since day one, pretty much.
Well, he has a good brain in wrestling, a good knowledge of wrestling, and been in the game for a very long time. So, and
Yeah.
that's why I mean, you see a huge turnaround to what Impact used to be compared to what it is now.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a lot better now than it was before. Um, what was it like being in the WWE camp? Did you
I'd rather not talk about
know?
WWE stuff, and
Uh,
yeah, because
bad
I wouldn't
issue.
want to get in trouble and by Impact. Like I'd rather just not even.
Oh no, no, no problem. I got a lot of respect for that one. Ring of Honor. How is working for that? Big difference?
Ring of Honor was cool. It's just one of those. I definitely wouldn't be the guy I am now if I didn't have a stint or go through Ring of Honor for the 2 years I was there for.
Yeah. You got to work with a lot of the guys that went big from there too, that went
Yeah, I mean,
different
a lot of
places.
there was a time when I was in Ring of Honor where we had literally all the best wrestlers in the world with AJ Styles and Samoa Joe and the Young Bucks and just everybody you name it, they were there.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Adam
used
Cole,
to, sorry?
Roger Strong, and Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. We literally had everybody.
Yeah. Actually, I saw Kyle O'Reilly training out here in Vancouver, BC.
Mm.
I didn't watch the whole training. I was just there to talk to the head guy. Kyle, and I think he was just starting, and the jumps and the flips that he was doing over the ropes, that is amazing.
Right.
So, um, yeah, you worked with Cedric Alexander, and you also worked with War Machine too,
Yeah.
who are the Viking Raiders now. Um, what was it like working with Bobby Lashley?
Oh, it was great. Bobby's excellent. He's had a lot of success in Impact and ever since he left Impact. So I'm happy for all the success he's having.
Yeah, he seems to be a pretty nice guy,
Yeah.
considering the size of him and all that. And um, my favorite watching you with is Eddie Edwards, ongoing
Yeah.
feud with him and
Yeah.
Sammy Callahan. Well, what's it like working with Sammy? Like, I heard people say he's the Undertaker of TNA or of Impact.
I wouldn't say he's an Undertaker. I don't think his character is that dark, but he's definitely a tough competitor and definitely a great wrestler for us.
Yeah,
The Undertaker, I think if it was to compare somebody in our roster to the Undertaker, it would have to be either Sue Young or Rosemary. Right.
yeah, Rosemary. I like you. You actually worked with the K too.
You said what?
You worked with the K at one time. Uh,
Um, I, I don't think I have. Maybe
no,
like a match or so. And I've never done a feud or nothing with him. I mean, being an Impact, I probably has worked with everybody, but like at some point. But like a feud, I've never done anything with him.
not really. But you had a feud with Ken Shamrock recently, or a while back.
A couple of years, not recently, but
Yeah,
a
I
few
know.
years ago. Yeah,
What was that like?
it was cool. I mean, get to wrestle. It's not every day you get to wrestle a legend.
Yeah, easy to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, when you started with Maria and Mike Bennett,
hmm
and did they take you into the wing and show you the ropes, the TV, and everything? How'd it work?
No, I mean, I was working for T. I was working for Ring of Honor, so it was not.
Oh yeah, never mind.
It wasn't really showing me the ropes. I mean, I was in Ring of Honor with Mike Bennett.
Oh,
So
was it that far with Mike Bennett?
yeah, I think he got the Impact a couple of months before I got there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. What was it like to be the Impact Grand Champion?
It was definitely cool. I was one of the second grand champion in the company's history. It was cool. Um, obviously because we switched owners, we decided not to use the title anymore. And honestly, in my opinion, the 3 rounds gimmick didn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it does too. I really liked watching it. The Galloway and all that stuff. Do
Yeah,
you have fun working with him?
yeah,
Yeah. You guys are both pretty big. And
yeah.
what was it like to work with the ECW guys?
Oh, that was always fun. Those guys are maniacs, so you're always in for a good time when you step in the ring with those guys.
Yeah, I bet, especially with Zabu,
Yeah,
and it must be very easy to work with Tommy Dreamer more
yeah,
than anybody, eh?
yeah,
Yeah, because he's got a lot of knowledge and stuff.
for sure.
Um, one of my biggest, my favorite, one of my favorite matches with you was with EC3
Yeah.
for the TNA title, which wasn't even a real title. Uh, tell me about that match. That match was pretty cool to watch.
It was cool. It was a cinematic match. It was more like a like a movie, and it was definitely fun to shoot. And me and EC3 always have great chemistry, and we did a great job.
Yeah, yeah, he seems to have chemistry with a lot of people. Yeah, I
Mhm.
I love watching him when he came back. When he more than when he was with Dixie Carter as her nephew, sort of thing. Because I like guys with the attitude, like your attitude. I love it.
Right.
Like it makes the character, it makes the show more interesting. Um, what was it like to be the self-proclaimed title at the time, pushing that around? Was that
It was
you?
definitely cool. Something that hasn't happened in Impact history. So it was definitely cool being the first one to do have a gimmick like that, and it got to the point where I did become actually the TNA World Champion because Scott made it that official title right before I lost it. So
Yeah, I watched that. That was pretty cool. What was it like to work with Rascals? Little
oh,
guy.
they always fun. Yeah, they're being real successful and used right in WWE right now. So I'm also happy for those guys.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. There is actually one still in Impact, right?
Yeah,
It's doing pretty good for himself.
all three of them end up having pretty stellar careers ever since they broke up. Yeah,
Yeah, more mature and getting
yeah.
away from that. Um, you ever think of going wrestling for AEW?
No, I haven't thought about it. I'm happy with Impact right now. So
Yeah.
as of right now, Impact. I'm happy.
Well, you've been doing New Japan this year too, as well, right?
Yeah,
Big difference. Big.
yeah, definitely. I mean, New Japan's is one of the best companies out there. It's a big, real big company, and I always have a blast every time I get to go there.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll be going there soon.
Yeah, I've been checking out some of the old stuff, and it's pretty amazing to watch their skill, the strong style. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
Um, so anyways, I won't keep you too long. You look like you're about ready to fall asleep.
yeah. I've been up, believe it or not, since 4:30 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah. My,
Before you go, tell us what your day is like.
okay, so I wake up at 4, like about 4 or 5. Drink a cup of coffee. Take some of my supplements that I take. Sometime depending on what the day is, I'll do some cardio, some empty stomach cardio.
Yeah.
Then I'll eat breakfast. Then I'll take a nap after I eat breakfast, like an hour and a half nap. Let the food digest. Then I'll get up and change clothes and go straight to the gym. Get back by like around 11:30, 12 sometimes, depending on how long I work out. Eat some more, run whatever errands I have to run, eat again, sometimes nap. I usually nap around this time, 2 o'clock ish. Nap for a couple of hours. That's when my wife goes to work, like you just saw her leave.
Yeah.
Um, and I eat again, um, clean up, walk my dog, play. I have a dog and a cat, so I play around with them. Maybe play video games, smoke hookah, and then by then my wife is back home from work, and I spend the rest of the day with her.
Wow, that's a busy day.
Yeah. It's a
Well,
busy day, but not really busy. It's like all with me in the house.
yeah, but the workout is so intense. I've watched
Yeah,
the videos. It's like after like that one picture I just commented on with
yeah,
you showing off the muscles after, you could see the intense after. Like it's
yeah.
and all the weight and the sounds that you
And that's how
make.
you have to push it. That's how I push it every day. That's I have some goals I have to hit by the end of this year, so I'm going on full tilt till I get those goals.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. That's so impressive.
Appreciate it.
I look up to you, man. Like it's inspiring.
Well, it's
Um,
consistency, man.
I love your Fresh Prince shoes that you show off a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a big shoe guy, so I'm always buying new pairs of shoes on eBay, all these shoe sites.
Yeah. Um, so before we let you get some rest, is there anything you would like to say to your fans and any advice?
Yeah, Bound for Glory is coming up October 23rd. Make sure you catch that. There's gonna be a lot of surprises and fun pay-per-view.
Awesome. I'll be paying attention to that, keeping my eye
Yeah.
on that. Well, thank you again. I apologize for
No, no,
the
no, no
timing.
need to apologize. Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate this. I am so glad I made a new friend. I will keep in touch with you for sure
Oh, for sure.
on Facebook and stuff. Um, so you take care of yourself.
Man,
Um,
you too.
so that is my friend Moose. I am Wild Eye. I'd like to thank everybody for being a part of this, and hope that you always remember I got you in the sight of my wild eye.